The Travel Transformation Podcast is proud to be partnered with Give the Goodness Global, an amazing global outreach project helping families in need all over Southeast Asia and beyond. Please check them out at Instagram.com/Give the Goodness Global today. And now on to the podcast episode.
Welcome to the Travel Transformation Podcast, the podcast that explores the life-changing potential of solo travel, intentional travel, and location-independent working. Whether you're an aspiring digital nomad or simply want to boost your confidence through epic travel experiences, I'm here to motivate and inspire you to go after all your wildest dreams. I'm Jessica Grace Coleman, author, travel transformation coach, founder of Flip the Script Travel Transformation Services, and your host for the Travel Transformation Podcast. Travel changed my life. Now let's change yours. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to the Travel Transformation Podcast, the podcast where we talk all things travel and all things transformation. I'm your host, Jessica Grace Coleman, but you can just call me Jess. And it's just going to be a quick solo episode about travel transformation, and in particular, the 5 travel transformation principles that I came up with when I was creating a free guide I give to whoever wants it. If you would like to get this free guide, because I'm not going to go into every single bit of detail from the guide, that would be a bit silly considering I have a guide to give you. So I'm just going to go over the main points, but you can get the guide, which has a lot more in it, by going to traveltransformationcoach.com/free guide. So I'm going to get my copy up and I'm going to go through the main points. And I created this guide and I made the points, the travel transformation principles, based on my own travels and based on how I can help other people have transformational trips, just like I did, because I've had a lot of life-changing solo travel trips. You don't have to be a solo traveler to use these, but that's just what I know. That's my experience. So let's get on with the guide. So it's called the Intentional Travel Club's Travel Transformation Guide, and it is how to conquer your fears and boost your confidence through travel. So, like I say, there's a lot more to the guide. I'm just going to go through the main 5 principles that I mention in the guide. And number 1 is start your trip with some solid intentions. I'm all about intentional travel. I go on about wanting to start the intentional travel revolution and teaching people how they can use travel as a tool to improve themselves, not just as a fun thing to do, even though it is always fun. So I'm all about setting intentions for a trip. Whether that is a super long trip, whether you're going to be a digital nomad, whether you're just going away for a week or a weekend, you can do this whatever kind of travel you like. So in the guide, I recommend these 3. To try as many new things as possible, to throw yourself into new opportunities instead of overthinking or talking yourself out of them. I'm sure many of you can relate. And to step outside your comfort zone every chance you get and do things that scare you. Now, you're going to come up with these intentions and you're going to write them down and you're going to either print them out, put them on your wall, put it on a post-it, put it on your phone background. Just put it somewhere where you will see every day and repeat it like a mantra. Just do whatever you need to do to keep them in mind as you travel. Now, as with anything in life, if you put an intention behind something, you're going to be more successful in achieving that goal. And if you remind yourself of it as you go along through your travels, whatever it is, keep it in the forefront of your mind, you're more likely to actually get something good out of it. So even if you just have an intention to try as many new things as possible on a trip, or in general in life, that is going to push you outside your comfort zone. It's going to make you do things you would not normally do. It would open your eyes to lots of new activities and ideas and people, and it's just going to open your world. So even if you just do this one principle, this number 1 principle, when you go on a trip, it's going to completely change your trip and everything about it. And it will give you so much more than if you'd just gone in with absolutely no idea what you were going to be doing, as with anything in life. So that's sort of vague intention. But we're going to whittle down a bit more in number 2, which is choose one fear or dislike that you're going to conquer while traveling. Now, like I say, I go into more detail in the guide, but this way you can pick one thing that you really need to get over in order to get to the next level of your life. For me, it was public speaking, my fear of public speaking, and my social anxiety in general. I wanted to get over those 2 main things because it was holding me back in my life in general, in my business, with my social life. When I had a job, it was holding me back from going after promotions and that kind of thing, putting myself out there in my business, just all the stuff. The examples might be fear of heights, fear of swimming or fear of the water, not wanting to meet new people. Maybe you're not a fan of camping, but all your friends and family go camping and have amazing trips and bond over bonfires and hot chocolate or whiskey or whatever it is, but you just hate it and you've never really given it much of a go. Maybe it's time to go on a camping trip and just really just put yourself out there, throw yourself into the experience, and you never know what might happen. You might love it. You might not, in which case that's fine. You will know for sure. But yeah, just choose one, either fear or limiting belief or dislike that you're going to focus on conquering while traveling. And again, there's more about this in the guide.
Since the start of the pandemic, many people have been reconsidering the ways in which they have fun. After a horribly isolating couple of years, we're now craving connection, community, and real deep conversation. We don't want to do the same old stuff every time we meet up with friends. We want something new, something different, something more. Enter the Flip the Script Party Packs. These digital party packs will help you flip the script on your usual parties and flip the script on your lives. Yes, this is self-development, but not as you know it. When you buy a Flip the Script party pack, you'll get taken to a super secret page on our online portal where you'll be guided through your very own Flip the Script party with videos, fun worksheets, and printables to help you throw the best Flip the Script party ever. There's a party pack for everyone and every situation. Mindset makeover, business bestie, life goals and legacy, birthday boost, hen-do hootenanny, and team building takeover, all designed to help you have a great time in a fun, collaborative setting. They're also perfect for when you're meeting people on the road and you want to get to know your new travel buddies. Small talk's dead. It's time to get deep with a Flip the Script party. Just head to traveltransformationcoach.com/party to purchase, or get all 6 party packs free when you sign up to the Flip the Script Digital Nomad Academy at traveltransformationcoach.com/academy. And now let's get back to the Travel Transformation Podcast.
Principle number 3 is make a big effort to get to know people you wouldn't normally hang out with and strive to connect with people on a far deeper level than you normally would. I've spoken about this on the podcast before, but when I've been solo traveling, particularly staying in co-livings and hostels and that kind of thing, where the group activities a lot, or going on a group tour, you usually get to know people on a far deeper level than you would at home hanging out with your friends. In co-living houses in particular, we do a lot of self-development exercises, mindset exercises, games to get to know each other better. And I never do that stuff with people I already know back home. So it makes a nice change and you can really get a lot out of it. You can learn about them. You can learn about yourself by what you are willing to share or not. If you have a problem that you're willing to share and get feedback on from other people, all that kind of stuff. Just make a big effort to talk to people you wouldn't normally talk to. So maybe you'll come across someone and you think, oh, they're too cool for me. They're not the kind of person I hang out with, so I'm just not going to talk to them. Like, just make an effort. You never know. And you might make a best friend for life. And yes, I mentioned this in the guide as well, but if you really want to get deep with this and getting to know people, I have the perfect thing, Flip the Script party packs, which you can buy separately, or they're all part of my Flip the Script Academy membership. And there's 6 different ones, and they're all aimed at making self-development more fun and collaborative and putting it in a party setting. So you can do it with your friends or the people who you hope will be your friends, your travel buddies you've met on the road. Get to know them deeper, do some self-development, but not just on your own in front of your computer. In a fun party setting, you can get drinks, you can get music, you can get food, just make it a huge thing, make a night of it. And yes, I highly recommend those, and not just because they're my own. So that's number 3. Again, there's more info in the guide. Number 4 is to set yourself a challenge and make sure you do it. So this is sort of one up on the trying to get over a fear. It's actually setting a specific challenge that you're either going to train for, mentally prepare for, or just put some effort into achieving. And it can be something huge like walking the Pacific Crest Trail or climbing a mountain, but it doesn't have to be at all. It can be specific to you as long as it is challenging to you, either mentally, physically, or any other reason. Set yourself a challenge. You're going to book it. If it's something you need to book, get some skin in the game. You're going to tell people about it. Again, get some skin in the game. And if possible, you're going to get an accountability buddy, either someone to do it with you or someone to make sure you're going to do it. And Also, if you can add a fundraising element, like a charity element to it, this will help you stay accountable as well. It will put skin in the game and it will make you really want to achieve it. And I also recommend in the guide keeping a written or video record of your sort of training or preparation for the event and the event itself, something you can put maybe on social media, or if you have a website, on a blog, whatever kind of content you create, so it can inspire other people to do the same thing or a similar thing. And last but not least, 5 is create an epic travel transformation playlist to accompany your trip. So music is so important. It's so evocative. You can hear a song and be transported back to a time in your childhood or to a particular trip where you had an amazing time with your friends or family. And I just love adding playlists and songs to an experience, to a memory, and it will make you think of it whenever you hear that song or playlist afterwards. So I recommend using sort of uplifting, inspiring, motivational tracks that will help put yourself out there and do what you need to do, and that will help remind yourself afterwards of the amazing experience, like I said. Music can really help to anchor your memories, and just a snippet of a song can send you back to that point in time, which is incredible, really. One example I have is the song Take On Me. Last year when I went to the Basque Country Villa, it just kept popping. Like, we had a random playlist on at the house during dinner. It kept playing. After a few drinks, we'd be singing along, trying to do the high note in it, laughing. And then we went out to a bar and it played in the bar. And we were laughing and singing along. And then every time we had a playlist on over dinner or whatever, at least one version of Take On Me would be played. This is the Real Big Fish version. There's other versions around as well. It's been covered quite a lot. So now whenever I hear that song, any version of that song, it takes me right back to the Basque Country, sitting outside, listening to it over dinner and being in that particular bar, singing along with my new travel buddy friends. And I love that music can have that effect on someone. So I recommend putting together a playlist or using a song, just one song. If it's your favourite band or someone you were with, their favourite band, even better. If the lyrics somehow connect with what you've already experienced on your trip, even better. If you can listen to it during your trip and get a sing-along going, even better, you will definitely remember it then. But I highly recommend creating a epic travel transformation playlist to accompany your trip. So those are the main 5 principles that I came up with. Like I said, there's more information in the guide. There's also a worksheet where you can answer all the questions that we go through during the principles. So it really helps you sort of get your thoughts down on paper. There's also a bit about how solo travel has changed my life. There's a bit about me. It's not a massively long guide, but it's packed full of value. So again, if you want to get the actual PDF, just go to traveltransformationcoach.com/free guide. And yeah, I hope this little quick episode helped you in some way, got you thinking about your next trip, about setting intentions for it, about using travel as a tool to overcome fears, limiting beliefs and dislikes you have, because if they've been holding you back, like my fear of public speaking was holding me back, then it really is something that needs to be addressed rather than just shoved under the rug, which is what I did for years and years and years, decades in fact. So I hope this helps. Again, traveltransformationcoach.com/free guide. That's it. Thank you for listening. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Travel Transformation Podcast with me, Jessica Grace Coleman. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review and spread the word if you have friends or family who also want to transform through travel. For a chance of winning one of my books in ebook form, please review this podcast on Apple Podcasts and send a screenshot or just your name to info@traveltransformationcoach.com or @traveltransformationcoach on Instagram. I'll be picking a new winner each month, and you can choose between any of my non-fiction titles, including Write Your Life, Write Your Year, and Intentional Travel Transformation. You can find out more about me at traveltransformationcoach.com, where you can also get your free travel transformation guide. And until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.